Have you noticed? Protein is everywhere now. It's not just in meat and dairy, now it's in water, chips, even ice cream. Your coffee, your snacks, your breakfast, everything's been fortified. A few decades ago, protein was a word for scientists and bodybuilders. Now it's a marketing buzzword. We're obsessed with grams, labels, and stats. Every meal is a numbers game. The kitchen has changed. Next to the flour, there's a giant tub of protein powder. We're told protein is the key to muscle, fullness, and our best selves. But how did this humble nutrient become a cultural icon? Let's find out. Let's rewind to the sun-soaked shores of 1950s California, Muscle Beach, a place that would become legendary in the world of fitness. Here, under the open sky, a new kind of athlete was born. The sand was their stage, the Pacific breeze their soundtrack, and the world watched as a revolution in strength and physique began to take shape. Icons like Steve Reeves and Jack LaLanne weren't just lifting weights, they were redefining what it meant to be strong, healthy, and admired. Their chiseled bodies became the gold standard, inspiring countless others to chase the dream of muscle and might. But what was their secret weapon? It wasn't just hours in the gym, it was protein. Lots and lots of it. They believed that every meal was an opportunity to build muscle, and protein was the foundation. Forget fancy supplements or high-tech shakes. Back then, it was all about the basics. Thick steaks, piles of eggs, and tall glasses of milk. These simple, hearty foods were the fuel for their legendary physiques. Muscle magazines of the era became Bibles for aspiring bodybuilders. They preached a simple gospel. Protein equals muscle, and muscle equals power, confidence, and success. The message was clear, and it spread fast. Early protein powders soon appeared, though they were far from perfect. Chalky, gritty, and barely palatable. But for those chasing bigger biceps and broader shoulders, the taste was a small price to pay for the promise of progress. At first, this was a tight-knit, almost underground community. The gyms were small, the crowds were dedicated, and the passion for protein was intense. Yet the idea that protein could transform your body was taking root. For decades, the protein craze simmered quietly in the background, passed from one generation of lifters to the next. It waited patiently, biding its time, as mainstream America focused on other diet trends. Then, in the 1980s, everything changed. The low-fat craze swept the nation, and suddenly people were searching for new ways to stay healthy and fit. Protein was ready for its moment in the spotlight. The stage was set for protein's big break. What started on the sands of Muscle Beach was about to become a global phenomenon, changing the way we eat, train, and think about strength forever. The 1980s, fat became the enemy and protein stepped in as the hero. Supermarkets filled with fat-free everything, but people still wanted to feel full. Enter protein shakes and bars, now tastier, sleeker, and everywhere. The power bar became an icon, fueling athletes and office workers alike. Protein was no longer just for bodybuilders, it was for everyone. It was marketed as the smart, scientific way to eat. The low-fat and then low-carb crazes cemented protein's place at the top. Suddenly, protein was king of the macronutrients. The groundwork was laid for a full-blown protein explosion, and the internet was about to supercharge it. Today, social media has transformed protein from a simple nutrient into a full-blown lifestyle statement. It's no longer just about what you eat after a workout. Protein is now a symbol of ambition, self-care, and even social status. The way we talk about protein online has changed the way we see ourselves and each other. Scroll through Instagram or TikTok and you'll see it everywhere. Protein shakes, bars, pancakes, and even desserts, all taking center stage. Social feeds are packed with creative recipes, transformation stories, and endless product reviews, making high-protein eating look not just normal, but necessary. Influencers and fitness gurus make high-protein eating look essential and aspirational. They share their daily routines, meal preps, and favorite brands, turning protein into a must-have accessory for anyone chasing a healthy, active lifestyle. The food industry has responded in a big way. Now, you'll find protein cookies, brownies, pasta, chips, and even ice cream. Nearly every snack you can imagine has a high-protein version promising to fuel your goals and satisfy your cravings. The snack aisle is packed with guilt-free protein options, each one boasting bold claims and eye-catching labels. It's a marketing goldmine, and brands know exactly how to catch your attention. The more we see these products, the more we buy them, and the more we start to believe that we actually need them to be healthy, fit, or successful. It's a cycle fueled by both curiosity and a desire to fit in. High-protein foods have become a badge of health and discipline, something to show off and celebrate. Sharing your protein-packed meal or snack online is almost like announcing your commitment to self-improvement. Packaging shouts protein content like a trophy, with numbers and claims front and center. It's designed to make you feel like you're making the best possible choice for your body. What we eat has become a kind of performance, and protein is the star of the show. Whether at the gym, a cafe, or just hanging out with friends, protein is always part of the conversation. It's not just about nutrition anymore. It's about identity, belonging, and the image we project to the world. Choosing protein is a way to say, I care about my health, and I'm part of this movement. Protein is everywhere, and in today's world, it's not just cool, it's a cultural phenomenon. So, do we really need all this protein? It's a question that's everywhere, from gym conversations to supermarket aisles. Protein has become the star of the nutrition world, with everyone from athletes to everyday folks reaching for shakes, bars, and snacks promising muscle and health. But how much do we actually need, and how much is just hype? Science says protein is essential, especially for athletes who push their bodies to the limit. But for most people, the average diet already provides more than enough. In fact, the majority of us meet or exceed our daily protein requirements without even trying, just by eating a variety of foods. The myth that more is better is a marketing genius move. Companies have tapped into our desire for quick fixes and visible results, convincing us that extra protein is the secret to a healthier, stronger body. Brands create nutritional anxiety, making us worry that we're not getting enough. They promise that their products will fuel our goals, whether it's building muscle, losing weight, or just feeling more energetic. The message is clear. If you want to be your best, you need their protein-packed products. High protein labels create a health halo, making foods seem like a smarter choice, even if they're loaded with sugar, artificial flavors, or other additives. The label alone can make us overlook what's really inside. Is a protein cookie really healthier, or is it just a regular cookie with a new label and a higher price tag? Sometimes the only real difference is clever marketing and a few extra grams of protein. Protein has become a symbol of strength, discipline, and control. It's not just a nutrient, it's a badge of honor, a way to show you're serious about your health and fitness. Choosing protein products feels like making a positive, empowered choice, even if in reality it's just clever branding at work. We all want to feel like we're doing something good for ourselves. Here's a fun fact. Protein comes from the Greek word protos, meaning first or primary. It was named that way because it's fundamental to life, but that doesn't mean more is always better. So next time you're shopping, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I buying real nutrition or just a story that's been sold to me? The answer might surprise you.